So I decided to do a little speculating about the next Star Wars movie, Episode 9. Now, these are just my opinions, and some of these ideas have been presented by others around the web. So if you feel like checking them out, feel free. I also only have a secondhand knowledge of the new novels, so if anything in them contradicts my ideas, then as far as her backstory goes, I kind of hope that it is revealed that she is a genetic experiment by the Empire, possibly in an attempt to create a new chosen one. An idea that I have not heard so far, and feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, is that Rey is actually a third Skywalker child. Now, hear me out for a moment. Palpatine could have taken DNA from Vader and either a completely different woman or Padme. It wouldn't have been that hard for him to get her genetic material from her corpse. It's possible. She could have been gestated in a lab and then frozen in carbonite at a young age, possibly written off as a failure for some reason. And then after the Empire fell, the rebellion found her and Luke took her in, becoming kind of a father figure to her. Snoke could even use this information to try to lure her to the dark side. For Finn, I think he should be on a revenge mission against Kylo, both for the murder of Han Solo and the injuries that Kylo gave him. Maybe he could have some sort of cybernetic implant as a result of his injuries, or have to use some sort of like power suit. Do they have power suits in Star Wars? I really just don't want him to be related to anyone. I don't see the point in every new character being the child of an established original trilogy character. I think Finn does need to get like a cool weapon, like a unique blaster like Han's DL-44, something unique to him. That blaster that he had in the last movie was kind of bulky and ugly, and I didn't like it. I much preferred Rey's blaster pistol that she got. Much nicer. As far as a rematch between Kylo and Finn, I am skeptical of it happening. At least in this one. It's more likely that Kylo is going to be busy fighting Rey and Luke and not going to have to worry about the ex-stormtrooper he has already beaten once before. I want to see more of him. I felt his character was kind of lacking in the last movie, but he really shined when he was on screen. Like Finn, Poe shouldn't have any great destiny or heritage or anything. I know his parents appear in one of the new novels, but I haven't read it. So, Poe should just stay a badass pilot. Sure, he probably should be force sensitive to be able to fly like that, but the movie doesn't need to address it. He should have a much larger role. Maybe put him and Finn together on a mission to retrieve information or something. It could be cool. One final thing, just in case anyone brings it up in the comments, in regard to the whole Poe and Finn having a relationship, I don't really care. Make the characters gay. At least it's in line with the interactions we've seen between them in the movies, but honestly, I don't care either way. Besides sporting a new scar of villainy, Kylo should still be struggling with the pull to the light side, since more than likely this is a redemption story for Kylo, because, well, Star Wars is overall a redemption story. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he's brought back at the end of this next one. If nothing else, the end of the third movie. Uh, Sadly, though, this will probably involve someone dying that we will all be very mad over. But I'll get to that in a minute. Hopefully, we learn a lot more about how Snoke found him in the first place and got him to turn to the dark side, and what exactly happened at the temple. I've been curious about all that. Like, how did it all come about? I think the spark that will bring him back to the light side is going to be a visit from the Force Ghost of Anakin. Uh, which, okay, bring back Hayden Christensen from the prequels. I'm okay. Um, perhaps Kylo ends up on someplace, a planet, like Dagobah, like the cave in Empire Strikes Back, but a light side version or something, or even the cave on Dagobah, and he fights a Force ghost of Darth Vader. It could be cool. Maybe Yoda. There's a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna lump my thoughts on the original trilogy characters together because I'm kind of lazy and I doubt they'll all have a lot of screen time since this is about the new characters. Um, Chewbacca might stick around Rey, but it's also possible that he'll stay with Leia. I don't know, do life debts transfer? As for the former princess turned general, I figure she won't be in it very much. I mean, her role in the last one wasn't all that large. Maybe if the idea of Ben being redeemed at the end of this one is correct, we'll see her have a mother daughter or mother son moment. Luke will have the largest role out of the original characters since he'll be teaching Rey in the ways of the Force. I actually really hope to see a battle between Snoke and Luke, not necessarily a lightsaber battle. Uh, because I would be fine with Snoke not using a lightsaber, only using his Force powers. I mean, how awesome would it be to see a big Force battle between Luke and Snoke with like Force lightning and all sorts of other cool effects. Now, time for that bit that I mentioned in the Kylo section earlier. Luke dies, or seems to die, and this is somehow the cause of Kylo switching sides to the light again. I don't know how they'd work it. It'd have to be done with dialogue and all that, but it could work. He doesn't need to be anyone that we've already met. Anyone from the original movie, not Palpatine, not Leia or Plagueis or any one of these people that they're always throwing out as being Snoke's real identity. I think he should turn out to be basically like an early version of the Sith. Possibly even like an original founder of the Sith, like one of the first. Uh, I know a lot of the EU, all the EU's no longer canon, so who knows? He could turn out to be something akin to a Junta Paul or one of those early Sith lords. And he's been out in deep space and somehow has survived all these thousands of years and now has come back. I also think the hologram should be fake and Snoke actually not look anything like it. Think like the Wizard of Oz. I don't know. Part of me, deep down, kind of would like it, just because I think it'd be a funny thing if he turned out to be like something Yoda sized. Like an evil Yoda, basically. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting, I guess. So, that has been my speculations of the next Star Wars movie. We won't know what's going to happen until December. Um, but Rogue One's coming out here soon, so yay! Hopefully that will be good, and it will maybe set up some stuff that will be explained in the main trilogy. Who knows?